I'm back.
Say it so. Thank you for your service.
They asked to scan underneath my feet.
Maujipai is my best friend.
This is China and Japan united. Shake.
Oi.
No. I present to you Hideo Kojima.
Hello.
Now a permanent member of the Maujipai arc. I don't like that he's taller than me. Anything to say, bro?
Lantern has a small pee-pee.
Don't talk to me like that, bro. Enough with the Japan. You are Chinese. I know it. Look at your drip. It's a classic Chinese drip. Oh, let's go to China together. Wanna go to China, bro? Yeah, I want to go to fucking China, bro.
Fuck China.
But first, before you go, learn the rules of the land. Otherwise, you don't even know the rules. You think China is a country? You could just go on a plane, fly and land and be like, Konnichiwa. No, bro. China is a land of rules, etiquette, manners. Something that you people don't know nothing about. I was once at a friend's place when I was a kid, and when I arrived, they're like, oh, we're having dinner right now. Can you wait in his room? Bruh. As a kid, obviously, I said, yeah, sure. But I'm sorry, for this type of stuff in China, you get the death penalty. Imagine a guest coming to your house and you not offering them food. Can you wait in his room while we eat together? My mom is a real manners Nazi. With manners. She's like, if a guest arrives at home, give them a fucking glass of water. No water, you're not my son. If somebody offers you a gift, always fucking reject the gift. Watch this video before going to China. A lot of people hear China in the news.
China, because China.
They're scared of it. Imagine if you landed in China tomorrow. You woke up and you're in Beijing. What do you do? Are you scared? Ooh, this big country over there, the red dragon. Arr! Don't be. This video will help you with that. I'm here for you, baby. And I'm gonna teach you how to behave in China, what the rules and regulations, and how to be politer. Dudes, take your shoes off before entering someone's home. Most homes will have guest slippers. This is fucking cap. If you walk around with shoes in your house, this is what you do. Shoes in a house! You don't wear shoes in a house! That was the Japanese for sex. This is the case in Germany too, right? You take off your shoes when you go into a house in Germany as well. In America, they walk around with shoes in their house. No hate. This is truly sick. How do you feel at home if you walk around with shoes? It's dirty. At home, take your shoes off. This should be common sense. Don't give clocks as gifts, especially to the elderly. It's the functional equivalent of telling someone that their days are numbered. Never heard about this one, to be honest. Do give an appropriate greeting. If you're meeting someone in a business context, shake hands and smile. If it is someone older than you with some sort of rank, you may do a very slight bow from the shoulders as opposed to a full-fledged bow from the waist. So here's the thing. Some people think bowing is just a Japanese thing. And I think in Japan, from what I see and hear and from anime, yeah, what I watch a lot. Yes, in Japan, there's like rules to bowing. You bow a little bit, quarter, 90% and 45%. In China, no. But in China, we also bow a little bit. When I met a new master, I would come and be like, hello. Laugh! Er hat Angst. Do let elders take the lead at dinner. Ooh, yes, important. Unironically, a little bit important. They sit first and get served first, and pour is always poured for them first. Do not start eating before they take the first bite. Yes, this is true. If you go to China and you're going with Chinese people, if they're the same age, it's gonna be fine. They're gonna let you eat first because you're the guest. With family, your girlfriend or your boyfriend's Chinese family, and father eats first, and if their parents are there, then they eat first, and they choose where to sit. It's important. Is it important? What's important in life? But it's a real thing, and you should respect it. Don't just go to a restaurant with like elderly people and just be like, oh, I sit here, and then the food comes and no. My grandma, who raised me, we would go to the supermarket, and every time she wanted something from me, she would always ask, hey, Anton, could you do this, please? Could you do that, please? Could you do this, please? And then when I did it, she always would say, thank you so much.
Thank you, baby. I love you.
And then other people would ask her, this is a child, and a retarded one too. No, why are you asking please and thank you? And then my grandma said, Ming Dynasty pussies. No. Nein, Mann, hör doch auf mit den Jokes. Hör doch auf, Mann, hör doch auf mit den Jokes, Kojima. Hör auf. She would always say, I want him to ask other people please and thank you. And kids live by example, so I do it too. And bro is so smart because it's true. Kids live by example. That's why... What does it say about my videos? When I go to China and my family's there and we go to eat, my grandma, my gugu, my gufu, they would always pour everything into my bowl, right? We eat together and then they stand up, they barely eat. This would always piss me off. I would always be like, oh, let me eat, bro. Daddy, chill, let me eat. And now when I go out to eat with friends, to a Chinese restaurant, I do the same thing. I try to hold it back a little bit, but eat. Bro, eat. You don't know how to eat. You don't know what's good. Eat. Do slurp your soup. It's a sign of appreciation of the chef's cooking. It's also not uncommon to let out a gentle burp. I don't think you should slurp. It's just you may slurp. But yeah, if you go to like a Chinese side of the road restaurant type thing where they serve, you know, some youtiao and some dumpling, there's like a gentle stream of burping. It's not like a not like that. If you do that, people are gonna look like this. It's okay. And slurping also, you may. It's not like if you don't slurp, it's like slurp! Don't split the bill at dinner. Astaghfirullah. It is very rare to split the bill in China. More often, one person will pay. Usually the most senior person or whoever extended the dinner invitation. And whereas in America, it might be polite to do the obligatory fight over the bill scramble, this is unacceptable. What? That is so incorrect. What the fuck? If it is clear who the host is, don't try to pay. It's offensive. What? Vogue, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Who the fuck wrote this? It's bullshit. Todd Plummer. You blunder, you scoundrel. Fighting over the bill in China is not just commonplace. It goes also very often way too far. I've seen some crazy shit in Dangfang of people fighting over the bill. One person being fucking on the floor, being held down by a friend while the other guy runs and pays the bill. People, when they get drunk, getting into legit fight. It is expected. You're supposed to fight over the bill. My aunt is such a G. She taught me the Queen's technique. It's so high level. When we're halfway done with the food, we're still in the middle of everything, but we don't order anything else. She's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And then she goes, and imagine this is her bag, yeah? She goes like this. I have to go to the bathroom. Like this! And then when the food is over, they argue over who's gonna pay the bill, and she always wins anyways. But if she feels like she's losing the argument and the other person is insistent, she can always say, already paid, bitch. You pay next time, you pay next time. You are allowed to use every technique. Sucker punch, dick grab, nostril ripper, Fußnagelzerfetzer, alles is allowed. Don't tip for everything. Tipping is usually not necessary in China except for exceptional service at fine restaurants, to tour guides, and to bellboys handling luggage in hotels. Otherwise, skip the tip. If eating at a fine restaurant, a few dollars couldn't hurt, no. Even in a fine Chinese restaurant, you don't tip. What maybe he means is like, Western restaurants in Shanghai and Beijing, when they have like foreigners working and shit, the default in China should be don't tip. Don't worry about tipping. Also, it makes everything so clear. I hate this sort of, should I tip? If I don't tip, he might think I'm an asshole. Maybe is this tip enough? Or I'm gonna wait for his facial expression if he hates me now. Bro, just no tipping, no tipping. Increase the wages or some shit. Don't tip. Fuck tips. I know what Americans say, just a tip, baby. But no, not in China. Don't point at people, especially when talking or gesturing. And definitely do not point your fingers at someone. It's considered hostile and extremely rude. China is a land of paradox, a land of opposites. China is an extremely polite place with so many rules of etiquette, but at the same time, China is the rudest, most disrespectful anarchy of all time. It's weird. Chinese people are so rude, especially the more rural people. They haven't... Rudeness peak. Chinese people point all the time at things. Not sure if that's true. I've never seen anyone like being scolded for pointing or being like, oh, don't point. Don't talk business too soon. It is the norm to start. Bro, you don't think you're supposed to argue over the bill. I'm not surprised people don't want to talk business with you. The reason why they didn't talk business with you is because you didn't fight over the bill. They realize you're fucking... It is the norm to start all business meetings with a healthy dose of chit chat. To weather, jet lag. You ask about the family, how are the kids doing. In this case, it's not different than anywhere else. Don't use first names unless someone tells you to. Always use Mr. and Mrs. In a formal setting, that's true. But also first names in China, for me, still to this day, first names in China are weird. They are just weird. They don't have the same first name culture. For example, every single warrior monk in my group had a nickname. And they would call each other by their nickname, very rarely by their actual names. My dad has a weird first name. I call my dad his full name, so last name then first name, or I say Papa. Do be a good sport. If you visit China and look like a foreigner, it is quite common for people on the street to express their interest in you. Chances are they will even ask you to take a picture with you, regardless of whether you agree to look like Jennifer Lawrence or not. Say thank you, smile, enjoy your trip. Yeah, that's true. Depending on where you go. If you go to Shanghai, big international city, nobody will give a fuck. But if you go to a more rural area or a third tier city, yes. If you're like a normal foreigner looking guy, I think people will sometimes stare. But if you're like a girl, blonde hair and blue eyes, yes, people will walk up to you. Okay, are you ready to go now, Hideo?
I want to stay with PewDiePie in Japan.
Bro, let's go. That's it, guys. I'm taking Hideo Kojima to China. Peace out. See you soon. By soon, I mean tomorrow.